welcome to EraBody's podcast.
No, Carol, it's EraBody's podcast.
I'm sorry, it's EraBody's podcast. I'm Carol.
And I'm Ricky with the Y, not the IE.
Well, excuse me. Well, anyways, y'all, I know y'all remember me from Let's Call a Spade podcast. I have transitioned over to a whole new element. We are tapping into something totally different. We are going from era to era to era, talking about everything. We want to be able to reach the youth, the old, the young, everybody. But it's the EraBody podcast. Okay, y'all?
Yeah, that's correct. EraBody's podcast.
Yeah, so so let's just first talk about how me and Ricky came together to do this. Like, I believe God just organically put people together. And so I've been, which all of my friends, family know, I've been trying to figure out who's going to be my next host, who I'm going to do this with. Y'all know before I did this with my ex, and now I transitioned over. Like, I'm not in the marriage anymore, and I'm starting a whole new life, and things have been different. So with that being said, I'm now doing this with Ricky. And so my cousin actually reached out and he was like, hey, I got this guy. He wants to do this podcast. What you think about it? Would you be interested in it? So I reached out to Ricky. He gave me his number. I reached out and we chopped it up on the phone. But the first thing that stood out to me with Ricky was he made me do a compatibility test. Now, this was the first time I ever did. Like, I meet somebody and we have a good conversation on the phone, and he like, oh yeah, but let you take this compatibility test first.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said. And then,
I said personality test.
Oh, personality test. I'm sorry. It's a personality test.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
But guess what? He was trying to see if we was gonna be, locked in or not.
Yeah,
and I don't blame him. When you coming into something, you want to make sure stuff is right. But it caught me off guard a little bit because that was the first time I've been asked that. But it was okay. You know what I mean? So we took the test and he was like, yeah, I'm going to send you my results after you do yours. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, first of all, why I got to wait until after I do my test and you get yours? So I just say, whatever, okay.
Because first, I really wanted to see if you was going to do it properly, right? And the only way to get the true results from it is you have to be honest.
Right.
And I appreciate you doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like an interview type of thing.
Listen.
That's how you get to know each other.
That's probably what people should do in relationships, y'all. Because even dating right now, I think maybe personality tests should be taken. Yeah. Because this new dating world, I'm just getting back into it. And sometimes I feel like, damn, maybe if we just had a test in the beginning, it'll eliminate all of the extra stuff of like deciding like if I'm going to date this person or not. Like, you probably need to take a personality test.
And then people, it really enlightens you on who you are, right?
Right.
I feel like the personality test made me identify my strengths and my weaknesses. Mm-hmm. And if you know that up front with other people and you're going into a business venture, it's like, all right, so I know what this person to be strong at. Right. I know where I have to pick up more slack for this person. Mm-hmm. So it just all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Well, that was definitely new for me.
Yeah. Well, big shout out to Trail, though, for real. That's my boy, Kentrell Myers, Black Cash Entertainment. And without him, this wouldn't even be possible, right? Mm-hmm. So I do want to give him a huge shout out right now doing this podcast.
Definitely. He's in the background. He's not in the camera. But yes, he's definitely here. And we do want to give you a big, big shout out for that because we would not even be connected had it not been that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like divine energies, right? You come into business and a lot of the times it don't be the right people that you encounter. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the chemistry isn't there. But when I heard her voice, when I heard Carol's voice, I'm like, she's a personality. That's what we've been missing. And EraBody's podcast has been brewing for nearly 3 years. Like we was just sitting on an idea, but the right individual never came into place. Mm-hmm. And by Trell saying, man, I got the perfect person. And I was like, man, all right, let's try it. That's how my mind was, for real. Because I'm telling you, I met a lot of people down here. And when I heard your voice, I'm like, this is a personality. This is it. This is what we going with. Look, I'm like, I just want to be a co-host.
Right? Not a co-host.
I just want to be a co-host.
Isn't that something? Not a co-host. No, we're a hosting. He keep trying to get that co-host thing going, and I'm not letting it happen. Not letting it happen. We're gonna be in this. You brought me here, so I'm just happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to even learn. Even when I heard the name, like when I kept saying, I want to start my podcast again, the name has been like the hardest thing for me to pick. But when they told me EraBody, it's like, after I heard it, it was like, it kept ringing in my head, like, oh my God, like there's so much that can come out of that. And it's just going from generation to generation to generation, like that just makes so much sense. And to just be able to get involved with so many different eras, and you'll have older people, younger people, like you want to be able to reach everybody. So when you think about era, you want to think about everybody coming and being a part of this show, everybody coming and enjoying this show. Not just the young, not just the old, but everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
So that was the whole concept behind it.
Yeah, that was the whole.
That was the concept. We didn't want to put a cap on what this podcast potential could be, right? And the word era instead of, and then tricking the mind too, because everybody think it's for everybody.
It tricked me. That's
it's
for
for
sure.
everybody for sure, right?
Yeah.
But it's everybody. So we're gonna be talking from things on politics to community to relationships, you name it. Whatever that era wants to talk about, we're gonna have it here on EraBody's podcast.
I know that's right. So let's get into some topics. So first of all, as y'all know, with me, if you are familiar with me from Let's Call a Spade podcast, number one, I was married. I'm no longer married. And also I was on the heavier side. Like, I was a little more weight, had a lot more weight on me. Not that weight is a bad thing, because I love my big girls and my little girls. I love people to be who they love to be on the inside. So whenever you are trying to do things for your mental, when you're trying to do things for your health, you have to decide what is best for you. And that is so important when it comes down to how you feel. For me, I was like small all my life. So me becoming heavier, I was encouraged. Like I was never like beat down about the way I look, but I felt on the inside that it didn't make me happy. It beat down on my personality. It beat down on my confidence. And that's the reason why I went into a stage of wanting to change that. And for years and years and years, I just never could do it. Like I tried and I never ever do it. And there's some reason when I got out of my marriage, not that I'm telling anybody to get out their marriage, but it's like I had started learning to focus on myself. And I tell people, when I started losing weight, it wasn't about losing weight. It was about, I was stressing and I was sad. And that's typically what happens when you leave marriages. You do get sad, you get unhappy, and people don't know how to channel that energy. So I read something one day and it said, the more you exercise, the less stress you have. So I just got up one day and started walking. And I found myself walking and praying. And that's how I release so much energy. Now, the benefit of it is I lost weight. Like, I lost weight in that process, but it felt so good just to get up and walk. You know what I'm saying? And people don't know how to channel stress. And I learned that exercise really, really channels stress. Not for everybody, but this body, it fixed it. Like it got me, you know what I'm saying? I was walking and it started off just walking, and it started off not being able to do 2 push-ups or 2 sit-ups. Like I'm talking about, it was like deadly to do the push-ups, but now in the sit-ups, and I'm like, nah, I can do it with my eyes closed. But it literally took me every single day to make a commitment and to work towards that. So I just want to tell everybody, like, man, when you are trying to get rid of something or you're going through these stressful times, you got to find things that channel into what works for you. A lot of people would tell you what they did, but that doesn't always mean it's going to work for you. You have to find that genuine thing that you tap in for yourself. Like, what would be your, like, stress relievers, right? Like, do you, when you're stressing, like, do you have something that is, like, that go-to?
As far as me, personally?
Yeah, like, you personally.
Yeah, personally, I do. I scream.
You scream?
Yeah, I scream.
Oh, you scream? Now, I heard about that.
Loud as I can.
I heard about that. And I think your girl, SZA, I seen the singer SZA, and she had said something. She posted on her page one day, and she was like, I just want to go scream.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the screaming? Like,
it's a release. It's like instant pressure, just release. And
screaming.
I do my scream every day. I don't have to stress. My kids and my wife know. Yeah, they know. They already know. I'm just gonna holler something like I have Tourette's.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Hearing it to hear a real time person saying it.
It's real. It's real.
I never thought about screaming.
It's real. I mean, it releases pressure immediately.
You gonna have me leaving out here, and y'all gonna see me in the parking lot screaming,
Yeah.
and they gonna be saying that girl really went and did it. I'm serious because I take that kind of stuff. I be want to practice it and see if it works.
But they gotta be real too. You gotta come from the soul with it, right? It could be a loud, just one loud burst. That's what I do. It's a loud burst, not. It's just loud. I don't care who hear it. You know.
So it's like you gotta say
better.
A certain word.
It don't matter. Whatever comes to my mind, it could be ouch.
Yeah, wait.
Yes, like boys just screaming for joy. Yeah.
Oh my God, not scream like that is so different. I've never heard it. I mean, like I said, I seen her say it, but I didn't understand what she meant. I don't, you know, like they say, people got their thing, but
I tried the working out thing too. Like working out, it helps, right? It helps clear my mind, help me refocus.
Right.
But I scream every day. Like I'm gonna continue to do that every day.
Scream.
Yeah, I'm screaming every day. Whether I'm happy, sad, mad, because I don't know what they call it. What's the word for it? It's something they call it.
I think that is a form of therapy, though. I really believe that it's a form of therapy. Like, I'm going to have to look that up.
Vibrations. We get it all.
Yeah. Dang. I never thought about screaming.
But I do want to say, congratulations on your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, your journey. Because it's not easy, right?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not easy. But being able to understand that self-care element of it, that's very important.
In this part of the show, it is the Did You Know and the
Do You Remember?
All right, so my fun fact this week is, did you know that your foot is as big as your arm from your elbow to your wrist?
Mine not. I'm sorry.
I asked you, did you know it?
Do
you want to test the hypothesis?
I want to test the hypothesis.
Let's test the theory.
I want to test the hypothesis.
Let's go.
What we got to do?
See if your foot is as big as your arm from his elbow to his wrist.
My foot better not be.
You got to put your foot up there and see. Put it on the camera so we gonna see. Let's see. You might have to take the shoe off.
These shoes too big. You hear me?
Take the shoe off then.
These shoes kind of big.
I think I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know. That's your shoe size. Let's go. If he could get it there.
Hell no.
Yes, it is.
Girl,
you ain't
stop.
even do it. You ain't even listen. Look at it. What it is. What it is. What is it? From the elbow to
I got about
from his elbow to his wrist. What it is?
She lying.
I swear you looking dead at it.
That look, I would say she probably not lying for everybody, but
that isn't.
That's
you
not
just
for
say
everybody.
you couldn't get your feet up to that.
I got it up to that.
Look, I'm gonna show y'all with mine.
Yeah, show me, because I want to know one thing.
Listen.
I know my foot not that long.
Listen. From my elbow to my wrist.
Yeah.
My feet.
Well, I thought you were talking about to the bottom of your hand.
I didn't say the bottom of your hand. I said from your elbow to your wrist.
Well, that's a fun fact.
Exactly.
That's a fun fact. That just proved me wrong.
I
thought she was trying to call my feet big.
I was not trying to call your feet big. I was just giving a fun fact to tell you what it is.
I'm a little man with little feet. Now, it's weird that some little men have huge feet, but not in this case, right? All right, so that's cool.
We're not going to talk about feet sizes because then when I heard about feet.
Yeah, well, that was back in the day. But
they say, if your feet was small.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Only people can prove it is his wife, y'all. We don't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
I'm just saying what the people were saying. what the world be saying.
Yeah. I remember
what the
that.
ladies say.
I remember that in high school.
Yeah, that's what they say. If your feet was small.
That was a fun fact.
But I tell you one thing, it's very much not true because I remember in college, I met this guy. He was 6 feet tall and he had a size 11 shoe.
6 feet tall? 11 shoe?
He was 6 feet tall with 11 shoe.
11?
I did not sleep with this man, y'all, but he had the audacity to pull it out.
That is.
Should have kept it in.
That is. So we got this segment now. Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember? I don't know how many of y'all from New Orleans for real. But they had this.
Did we ever say we was from New Orleans?
Huh? We are.
I don't think we ever said that.
Yeah, I don't think we said it either. But we are here, based in New Orleans.
He from the outskirts of New Orleans. I'm from the lower Ninth Ward.
Boy, them Ninth Ward people don't know when to stop. You hear me? They don't know when to stop.
He from the outskirts of New Orleans.
Yeah, but
people from Kenner always try to say they from New Orleans when they out of town.
Well, stop it. I'm from the St. Bernard Project. You hear me?
Them Chalmette people, boy, be just claiming.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this segment, we talking about do you remember? And I want to know if y'all remember this place called Pennyland. From what I just found out, they had one in the east, but the one I'm specifically talking about is the one that was on Canal Street.
I've never heard of Pennyland.
It's Pennyland. It was full of arcade games. And the arcade games.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Ooh,
I'm 34.
Giving 58.
Yeah, it really is. Because at this time, it felt like Canal
never
Street.
heard of it.
At this time, it still felt like Canal Street was segregated, where the black people only could be on one side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the Caucasians had their side, right? But just so happened, Pennyland was on the Caucasian side, and I always found myself up in there. You know,
well, guess what?
escaping.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was real. But you could look it up on Google if you just want to kind of enlighten yourself about how times were then. Mm-hmm. But it literally was a penny to play all the games you wanted to play. Everything was a penny.
Dang.
Pennyland.
And meanwhile, right now, I go to the car wash and vacuum up all my pennies out the car.
Yeah, pennies have no value now.
I vacuum them up and put them in a little. If it's a dime, I'll pick the dime out of the pennies. Yeah. And then I just vacuum the rest of them
That's
up.
crazy. That's crazy.
No value, huh?
No value.
No value for the little man.
Yeah, not until you gather up a bunch of them. But people don't have time to gather up pennies, so they just go for the silvers.
Even my children don't pick up pennies.
Yeah.
They don't pick up no coins around the house, y'all. There's quarters all over my house. My children don't pick up one.
I can tell you who do, though. Who? My wife.
You pick up the coins?
That girl will go around finding coins.
Oh, my God.
Hands will be dirty. She done found shit all in the mud. I'm sorry, excuse my language. Ooh, I see that penny.
Dang, and guess what? I never pick up the coin.
She like that.
I seen on one episode of Sex and the City where the man said if the coin is heads up, then you pick it up because it's good luck.
Yeah.
If you find it in the street.
Yeah, but they also said if it's on tails, you give it to a friend. So nothing should be left behind.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Do you remember?
Do you remember? Need therapy.
I do need therapy.
She needs therapy.
I do need therapy.
But it's a true thing, I'm saying that, but a lot of, that's another part of self-care, right? Mm-hmm. It's to let go of the traumas that we have that other people kind of instilled in us. Because people, they do leave their traumas on you. But it's on you to either find the proper resource to get back in track and in tune with yourself. Because you should be a free being. You should be open. I'm
definitely okay with that.
Yeah, you should be open. You should be open to a new transition.
Right.
That's the phase that you in.
But I am open. Well, not with
I'm
opening.
Opening.
I'm opening the door.
Yeah.
But no, because I read this book called The Untethered Soul. And in that book, that's literally what he talked about. And he was saying you have to not be closed. Always be open to love, but don't be closed. Because even when you always open to love first, even when negativity is coming to you or things it may not even be negative. It may just be something you disagree with, you don't like, or you're not used to. That doesn't mean it's bad. You just always have to be open to the positive of it or open to love. And when they say love, that's basically saying be open to positivity. And that's hard. Yeah. It's hard because your eyes start twitching a little bit and you be like, you talking about be open to this. I'm not open to that.
Yeah. I mean, because stuff, people do come in deceitful ways, right? Mm-hmm. But you would never know if you don't be 100% who you are.
Right.
If you got a blockage or you got a roadblock in front of you, like, man, I'm going to keep you there. You'll never know the true essence of that person in front of you.
Right.
So all these things, it just go back to, again, self-care. Mm-hmm. And being comfortable in the skin that you in. You know, life is about evolution. And we gotta really grasp that because they have a lot of hurt people, and hurt people hurt people.
They definitely
I heard
do.
that hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people do hurt people. You didn't have to hear it. I hurt people too. I was hurt, and I was hurting. I'm not even afraid to say it no more because I could blame everything on other people or what they did me, but. Just the next question I was actually going to ask you, like how you face that mirror, like when you get in a place in your life where you can tell me like, hey, you did me this and you did me that. This is why I reacted like that. But regardless of what somebody did you, your reaction is your own. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to react in a negative way or a hurtful way or a retaliation way to people just because they did you something. Like you have the choice to say, I don't have to be like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be like you. I don't have to respond like you. I don't have to put myself in a predicament that you're in just because you did something to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's simple to just walk away and just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you can walk away, take a deep breath, or take some time and figure out, like, hey, do I respond like this or do I not? And you be in positions where, like, in a relationship, you're in the house with that person. So you like, I don't want to go in the room by her, but she in the room. You know, I don't want to go in the room by him, but he in the room. But that's when you just, it's okay to just take a deep break, take a walk. You know what I'm saying? Have your, however you decompress, like go decompress.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I learned. Like my decompression, I tell people, I just posted a video recently on my page and I said, I go decompress how I go in my car. I buy a really bad meal because I don't eat bad meals that often. And I eat it by myself in the car.
Yeah.
I literally just sit in the car. I was sitting there for hours and eat my bad meal. And that's me. I'm just sitting there.
That's weird.
I do.
That's really weird.
I do. I will go by McDonald's. I will go buy some Burger King. And they got this. And people don't like Burger King. Yeah. But listen, they got this Bacon King burger.
Yeah.
And it's real big. It's real big. And they got a big bun. They got a big burger.
Yeah.
And I sit in there and I bite it one by one. I will eat a bad meal. That's my thing.
Girl, Burger
I don't
King
eat
not
that many
bad.
No, burger, but you know what? Compared to McDonald's, you know, when you're looking at the McDonald's versus the Burger King, then they put them two businesses right next to each other, knowing Burger King is just never have the line out the door like McDonald's do.
It's the arch. That's what it is. It's the arch.
Well, listen.
It's the arch.
And I'm going to eat the Burger King, Bacon King. I get McDonald's sometime when I'm cheap, but Burger King high too, y'all. That's Burger. Yeah. That meal cost me $15 every time I buy it.
They flame boil
because I get a large size.
Yeah, it's flame boil burgers. You can't beat that. You know, that's the closest thing to restaurant food.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. That's why it tastes that good. I'm telling you, and I never finish it. Like I never finish it, but the whole time I eat the burger, I am praying that I could finish the burger, because I just want to see how it all go down.
Yeah.
But it never goes down all over.
Yeah, but back on a serious note, you know, everybody got their thing.
That's my thing.
That's everybody got their thing. But I do
eating in the car.
Damn. Man, again, I'ma just holler. I'm hollering. I ain't gotta holler at the individual.
I'ma try to scream though.
Screaming works. Like I don't care if you happy. That I don't know, the vibration of it. It just releases everything from the core to the roof.
Y'all scream? You scream too? No.
Oh, she gonna get there.
Dang, I ain't never screamed.
Man, look, I'm telling y'all at work.
He be really screaming.
I scream.
It scare you?
No, it don't scare me. It just, it's just a release for him. But
damn.
My kids laugh.
It's just a song too. If he's, walking or whatnot, and just outburst and sing a song.
Y'all see how quiet her voice is and sweet? I don't know how to do that. Mm-hmm. Like you see how she just
oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That do not come out of me ever.
Yeah.
I want to be like that. Y'all be trying to be like, it don't come out like that. It come out like, yeah, what's up? Like, it don't never be a gentle thing. It's like this strong thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. That's what I say about learning how to be submissive.
That's growth though, They ain't just submissive. That's growth. That's just a different level of peace. My wife, she grew up differently too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. And see, that's what I be trying to explain. Like, I didn't grow up to be soft. I raised boys. I got 3 brothers. And then one that's right under me. So it's technically 4 brothers. You know what I'm saying? And then I got 2 sons. And my daughter's just like me. And I don't want her to, she's softer though. She's very softer, but she has that, that Aries energy.
Yeah.
She's a fire sign. People crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, man. But
do y'all believe in signs?
I do. Shout out to the Libras. We all about.
I'm learning about your Libras.
We all about balance. I can't do the scale with these hands, but we all about balance.
That's what I read too.
Yeah, we live in harmony.
My baby boy is a Libra.
Yeah, we live in harmony for sure. And if one side of that scale is too far tilted, our whole life unbalanced.
That's crazy.
So we have to find balance with that scale for sure.
I'm a Cancer.
Huh?
I'm a Cancer. Not I have cancer. I am a Cancer. You know about Cancers?
I do not.
Cancers are very emotional.
They emotional?
They're very emotional. They're very cut dry people.
Okay.
They're very much like, I love you, but when I don't love you, I don't like you.
That's everybody though. I
Yeah,
think.
but Cancer show it like on a heavy scale.
My
Like,
baby remind me of Cancer.
listen, we will cry around beating your ass. Like that's just how I'm serious.
Yeah.
We would be crying and fighting at the same time. Like it's just that energy is so strong. Like because you Cancers love, like they love so hard, and I didn't know that was really a thing until I read about personalities.
Yeah.
And when I learned about like, dang, Karen, you really are emotional. Like I'm an emotional gangster. Like I could be hard as ever, but I'll be crying. Like I can't get my feelings hurt. Like don't hurt my feelings, cause I'm gonna get sad and cry for real. I'm serious. I would literally be arguing down with you and tell you everything about yourself, and then I don't understand why you don't understand. I don't mean it that way. And it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's Cancer.
People
for sure.
man, cancers is a lot. But they so good to you. Cancers are so good to you. But
yes, Lord.
you gotta deal with that crying. Cause we cry and we cry and we cry. But then when we cut off, that's it.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to come back. Like and it's hard because I could forgive somebody and get around them again and be nice to them because that's just me who I am. But if I cut you off, I ain't coming back like, oh, no. But I'm forgiving.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
Well, y'all, this was the first episode of EraBody's podcast. I'm Carol.
And I'm Ricky.
And we will see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.